Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we're looking for Duane Ludwig Winget, and I wanted to go here and we're going to scroll down, and you can pause this and read it if you like. So, because it has interesting information, it has a lot of good information. So I thought, well, I'll go here because they worked really hard on this webpage, and it's a really good webpage. I love it when they do things like this. I think that more people should take a look at it. And like I said, you can stop and read it. I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing. I just wanted to share what they spoke of about him. But I wanted to show you the web page as well. And I figured maybe somebody might want to stop and read it, because I really love the way they do this. And here's the part about him. It says the division suffered a training fatality. On February 15th, Duane Ludwig Winget, a Wisconsin Army National Guard soldier from New Auburn, Wisconsin, and assigned to Company D 1st. Anyway, he says he drowned during a river crossing training on the Nisqually River. The unit was crossing hand over hand on a single rope bridge about 6 feet above the water. They hooked their pistol belts over the rope as a safety precaution. But Winget lost his grip, his belt unbuckled, and he fell into the rushing water. He was caught by a safety rope downstream, and a pair of comrades dove into the water to go to his aid, but he was swept past the safety rope before they could reach him. A large search effort was launched, including his unit, Army divers, Army helicopters, the Pierce County Sheriff's Department, and local Native Americans with intimate knowledge of the river. His body was not found. He is still missing to this day. Winget was born June 13, 1938, at Washington, the son of Neil and Opal Winget, both of whom were born in Wisconsin. The family resided in Orla, Washington. I don't know if I pronounced that right, at the 40 census, but they moved back to Wisconsin at some point. Winget graduated from, I'll chop that up, Chetek High School in 1956. Some references imply 57. His parents were guests of honor at the dedication ceremony in Wisconsin National Guard Armory, February 23, 1963. For some unknown and seemingly bizarre reason, Winget does not seem to be listed anywhere in the division's mobilizations yearbook. Wow, that's a bummer. Thanks are due to D. Berg, a great-nephew of Winget, for informing this person that did this webpage of the soldier and his sacrifice. So, and now I'm going to scroll down so you can read it some more. If you want to pause it and read the webpage, so you can. Of course, you can go find it, but yeah, so this is a wonderful page. I really love their hard work. So I thought, well, so many times we look for like newspaper articles and things like that, but what an excellent website this is. It's great, it's a great history lesson. I did genealogy for years, and going through, it was before they had all that Ancestry, everything on Ancestry where you could get it. They had Ancestry, but it wasn't like it is now. We would have to, I owned a microfilm reader, and I had it on my desk, and I had bought my first computer that I'd never had one, and I bought and hooked it up and had it on the other side of the desk, and I would sit there and go through the microfilm for hours on end, day after day, for years, and buying birth certificates and death certificates and marriage certificates, and it was a lot of work. And they had web pages back then as well. And plus, they have the census for military people that were sick and ill and things like that that you could go through as well. So, and it was so interesting. And they had web pages that they had, what was it called? I had a book, and I think it was called Cindy's List or something. Is that? I'm not sure, but I think it was called Cindy's List, and it had all these web pages. So, it's funny, I can't remember now. It was for genealogy. Yeah, Cindy's List. It was a book for genealogy research, and like I said, it was a lot harder then, and I had to pay for somebody at like the main library branch to do lookups and things for me. But I just remember the military websites were so fascinating and so interesting, and so there was a lot of volunteers that were donating information to places like Roots Web and Tennessee Gen Web and places like that. But then you'd go and find all these military things and all these immigrants that were coming into New York and things like that. And I just always still find these websites when they have military information. I think they're just fascinating and so interesting, and I love them. I love that they still have these on there. Because, like I said, it's been a lot of years since I did it. But I just thought, well, I'll include this website. Anyway, now I'm rambling. So this is Duane Ludwig Winget that we were looking for. And we were looking for him, and he went missing in Fort Lewis, Washington. And so they know that he probably drowned, right? But they still haven't found his remains. And I went through the John Doe's a little bit, but not too much. And I'm not sure if he's in there or not because I just didn't see him. I did a search in NamUs, and it just turned up people that were like in Florida or Nevada, and there was nobody in Washington that fit his description that had drowned. So hopefully someday some divers or someone will find his remains. Until then, he remains a missing person, and which is very sad because that's such a bummer. So anyway, don't forget to pray for his loved ones and his family, and stop and appreciate his sacrifice and the fact that, he lost his life. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye-bye.